Alright, so I'm out here working on a couple projects and I ran out of string, so I took that in there. I took that in there so the missus could load the spool and give her a little time to do that. And what I need to do now, what I'm working on while I'm waiting on that, which ain't gonna take long, I could probably go in there and get the spool now and finish the weed eating. But I'll do some more weed eating. I ain't never gonna finish. But this piece here has a really bad end on it, which is gonna be okay because down here, out here, I got this sheet metal laying on the ground. This is what it looks like when the sheet metal's been laying on the ground for a week. So I had to move a piece because I'm trying to close it in. I want to go from this gate post right here that way. Well, I got a gap right here. So what I'll do is I'll whack that off and overlap it and attach it. But there's a deep, deep hole right there. And I think what it used to be, I think that used to be the pig waddle. There used to be a pig out here, and I think that's the pig waddle. Anyway, there's a deep hole there. So what I'll do is I'll put this in. If that hole is going to have to be filled. And that gate, I'm going to have to build it up to a point that it'll open. And so when I do that, I'm going to guess that the hole is under that gate, goes out that way, and it comes back this way. And what I'm going to try to do is bury this piece of panel at least a little bit with the elevation I have. And then when I backfill it, then that end will really be buried. But the threshold on this thing, I'm not exactly sure where to put it, but I'm going to try to put it where I'm guessing the hole is going to be level with the rest of it. I mean, I can only guess right now. I'm going to have to get rid of them weeds to be able to actually see it. And I have depth perception issues, so I'm still not going to see it real good. But I'll put a threshold in there with concrete, and then I'll build the elevation up to the threshold, and that should take care of that hole for the most part. And then back here on this side, do the same thing because the hole's over here too. You won't be able to see it on the camera. It has less depth perception than I have, but I can see that there's a hole right there. So anyway, that's what I'm working on right here while I'm waiting on the weed eater. And I'm at a point now where I don't want to stop. I want to go ahead and get this hooked up. But this panel is going downhill. I don't want it to go downhill. So I've tried to dig it out as much as I can, get it as level as I can. What I'll do is I'll put one screw in it up here, hold it up to so that it won't move. It'll be at the elevation I want it to be. Then I'll go down here, work it out with a shovel a little bit, and try to get it to where it ain't going to be perfect, but be buried. I think I've got it buried maybe 4 or 5 inches. I don't know. Not very deep. But anyway, then I'll get the sheet metal up here, and I'll come in here with the wire and put the fence wire, start over here on this post, go down there. I've got to build that post up on the very end down there. And I've got a trick for that too, I'll show you, if I don't forget. But I think what I'll do right now is see if I can at least get these panels kind of situated where I want them. But that screw I put in up here, I'll take it out. Once I get it situated down here, I'll take that screw out. Because what I got to do is I got to line up these grooves, these big grooves, so that when I put this piece in there, it basically closes the gaps between the grooves. Now way down there, I got a hole in it that I got to cover up. But I'll do that again. I'll do that with a piece of sheet metal. I'll just cut it off one of these, and I'll cover it up and screw it in. This side, it's going to be chickens where I'm at now, or whatever. Then the other side, tentatively what we got planned is a row of mammoth sunflowers. So this is going to be a 6-foot fence. And of course, we all know that sunflowers get higher than that, but I could put a semblance of a trellis out there. Not really a trellis, but just something to keep the heavy end of the sunflower from falling over. And sunflowers should go not much higher than the fence that we have here. They average like 10 foot tall or something. So if we actually get that done, yeah, we got a lot of things planned, but this is happening very, very, very slowly. but it's happening. So I was just sitting there on the bed because it's just been extremely hot today. I have not accomplished a darn thing. Oh well, I have not much. But yesterday I watered these real good, deep and hard. The zinnias are looking great. She was telling me about a cucumber on the ground, and she's right, it is. So let's pick him up. We'll stick him into the trellis here if I can. Get it to go. It says no, we don't want to. Okay, I've got to let go of it. So will it stay up there long enough for me to grab it so I can walk it through the trellis? Maybe. Okay, maybe it'll stay up there. I don't know. Anyway, we are looking for cucumbers. We got plenty of blooms. I don't see any cucumbers hiding down in here nowhere. I may jinx myself, but I don't see no bugs either. Shh, don't tell them. I still need to add to the tomato trellis, but we got healthy plants going here. We got a tomato plant that's wanting to go wayward on me. Let me see if I can stick him up in here. But you can see there is lots of green tomatoes here. I think these are going to be some kind of cherry tomatoes based on the way they're clumping up there. Like I said, I got to add a board up here. That board is not going to work. I mean, it would by itself, but that piece of plastic won't do it. So, yeah, I got that to deal with. I get a little bit cooler and light, which would be in the morning. I gotta go out and work on the pig pen. The fence is down. But anyway. But yeah, I don't see no cucumbers yet down in here. But we got plenty of blooms and the tomatoes are looking good. Let's go look at some of the other stuff. So I laid all that sheet metal out there, killed the weeds in the chicken pen, and I laid this piece here. And I just folded it over. So yeah, I'm gonna use some of that sheet metal and kill me some more weeds. I ain't got this lawnmower here. I'm gonna have to take it apart and see if I can get the parts to fix it because the head's out. Yeah, that's in the future plans. I also have an air compressor I need to take apart, see if I can fix that. But yeah, these weeds are just out of control. Alright, so this is the corn patch. This is the ears of corn. They did make. They're mighty small. I could probably get a harvest of corn. But it's going to be a really small and now probably too dang hard to eat. Probably the best thing I can do with this corn now is just take the patch and throw it to the goats and the cow. But there's not a whole lot to be said here. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I just didn't have the right kind of fertilizer or what. So, we got a, let's see, I don't want power wash. Soaker? I think that'll work. So let's turn this on. Give me this tomato something to drink here. Yeah. I can get it to stay in there. Alright. So, while I'm
thinking about it. I water tomato. We're getting some tomatoes out here on this volunteer. I don't see no beans of any kind yet. These are starting to turn brown down here, so maybe we got blooms. They kind of look like Kentucky Wonders. I don't remember what kind of green beans she planted. She planted some kind of green bean, though. And they're starting to go over the trellis. That's the lima beans down there. And this is the green beans. Give that tomato really good water in there. I hope I didn't wash his root out. Yeah, he's okay. Oh, shoot. Come here. Oh, phooey. Stay on. Alright. Water the beans pretty good here. I got marigolds growing pretty good. I don't see any beans. I see beans running away, not doing what they're told. I'm turning them up toward that. For some reason, they want to go everywhere else. Yeah. No, I don't think I can get that to move. Maybe. I don't know. But we don't have. I don't see any beans. Any marigolds, though. We got strawberries. And of course, we got weeds. And we got strawberries. Maybe next year we'll have a better patch. Broke a nail. Marigolds, and way over here. Where did I see that at? I saw another marigold over here somewhere. Well, maybe it died. There was a marigold over here somewhere. I thought. Oh, we got these flowers. They're still doing something. And got these squash down here doing something. Big old healthy. Some kind of squash right there. I don't know what it is. She's saying they cross-pollinated and she's not sure they're actually good because she was saying somebody online told her that sometimes when they cross-pollinate, they become poisonous. I don't know. I have never heard that before, people, so don't quote me on that, but that's what she was saying somebody said. I don't know. They're trying to go up the trellis, though. Of course, they're also trying to run away and do whatever they want. But I don't know anything about these squash people. Yeah, it fell down again. It don't want to be on the trellis. It wants to do what it wants to do. Let's try it again. I was trying to move it the other day and broke a piece of it. See, it breaks. But they don't want to be on the trellis. Okay, let's sit this down. Okay. So, it probably won't stay up there. I tried to move it and squash broke off. But hopefully, Gave it something to do. Watering these beans. I think they got enough water. Let's try to move this hose now. Sometimes when you try to do stuff one-handed, it just doesn't want to work. Alright, so I'm trying to water them beans now. All three of them fire because they're separate, so hopefully I'm watering the beans, not actually watering the pat. Let me pull up here and look at what it's watering. Of course, why would it be in my bed? Murphy's Law. I don't want to water the pathway. I want to water the bed. These things don't act like they're even trying to water. I guess that's what it's doing. Let's try that one. Okay, now that one's watering. I really do like these marigolds though. They're really pretty. There's some there and there's some here, and I thought there was some over here somewhere, but maybe the weeds choked them out or something. I don't know, because I don't see them now. Anyway, I still have buried over here in these weeds. I still have a asparagus patch, but I gotta get in there, chop these weeds down. Oh, we're having some extreme heat, and yeah, there's a bucket of water, probably shouldn't be there. Let me turn that upside down so we don't get heaters in there. Don't want to turn it upside down either. Oh, boy. There. Kind of, sort of. Oh. Freaking spider on me. I've been working on this fence here. I gotta put a topper on that post down there. But, yeah. This, it looks like it's actually running downhill, so I might have to take them screws out. No, I don't want to do that, but because then I'd have to change this over here too. So, I may keep those screws and take that screw out of that fence and out of that post and try to pick it so that it goes a little more even. But it's high right there. It's part of what my problem is. It's high right there. Not by much, but just enough. So, yeah. Now, of course, I don't really want to change that fence panel over there. So I might try to get it square up on that panel and go from there. I don't know. It's a high spot, though. And I've been walking around out here in the weeds in these shorts, and now my legs are itching. Alright, so let me change that water around. I ain't gonna water marigolds as much as I water the other bed. Fill this up a couple times. And that should give it enough water. Got June bugs in there, Japanese beetles in there. A whole bunch of them. Yeah, I think they're dead though. What I generally do is I fill that pan up at the top, the basin, water basin on top of this thing. And once I fill it up, and it starts to run over, then I'll go over here and I'll water the flowers. And then, because I don't have to water nothing but the top of this, top row of this, because all we're doing is the flowers. So, I'll water this, and then I'll come back and hit this again. I need to stick to what I need to do. And over here, I think all the squash is in this one bed. So I'll just stick it in here like this. Try to give it something to do here. I don't want to hang where I want to go. No, of course not. Oh, hang on, guys. All right. Y'all didn't need to listen to me cuss. So, there we go. Let's water the squash. Like I said, we got one here. Then we got these over here, and she ain't sure about them. But they're getting pretty good size. So I don't know. She might tell me to cut them and bring them in. I don't know. I didn't give this marigold a whole lot of water. I did give the strawberry some. Got that tea plant out there I need to give some water to. Then we had the sweet potatoes over here. We give them some water. And then sweet potatoes over there and sweet potatoes here. This looks like it's going to end up being about a 20-minute video. So, if you're watching, thank you. I don't water real good. I try. It's so discouraging to see all these weeds, and everything I do to try to stop the weeds, whatever machine I'm trying to use breaks. So it becomes really disheartening. It's like, really? And then I just become discouraged. Go out here and get this thing out here, some water. I think this plant's going to do pretty good. Got a new one out there beside it. I transplanted them both at the same time. I've done something wrong with that one. I don't know what I've done wrong. I don't think I buried the roots deep enough or something. But it didn't want to grow. But it's trying. And like I said, I got my legs itching now. Dang, they're itching. They don't really help, but I feel good. So anyway, that's a garden update. We're still working on the chicken pen. Now we almost don't have chickens now. They're dying of natural causes, the heat. They don't get watered as enough as I should, but I'm not here, so there we go. But never give up your dream. Just keep plugging along, whether you're discouraged or not. Just keep plugging along, and it gets better. Yeah, it gets better.